How's everyone doing? It's Martin Williamson, and I want to talk to you today about the Retron 5. And if you don't know what the Retron 5 is, I'm going to bring up an image right now I want you to see. The Retron 5 is made by Hyperkin. It plays over 9 different systems. Now, we're talking about revolutionizing retro gaming. The way you play retro games, you won't have to pull out, if you get this, you won't have to pull out a Super Nintendo, and then when you want to play NES games, you don't have to go pull out that big heavy NES. You can just play them all on one system, and that is fantastic. Now, like I said, it plays over 9 systems. That includes NES, Super Famicom, Genesis, Mega Drive, Fami, GBA, GBC, and GB, and that stands for Game Boy, if you didn't know. So it has about 4 slots on the top of it, and a slot on the front of it, which allows you to put the GBA, GBC, and the GB games in. It also has a power button that's on the front and the synchronize button that's on the front. I don't know what the synchronize button is for, but the power button is clearly what it's for. It's to power on the system, and the synchronize button, I think it will allow you to synchronize your controllers or something like that, or you can use wireless controllers. I think if my memory serves me correctly, it's about wireless controllers, and you can use a multi-tap and stuff like that. It has like your USB port, your AV output, your AC adapter, your HDMI output. It has basically all your hookups, so you won't have any problem with TVs, such as, say, if you have a HD TV and it only takes AV output and you don't have an AV port. So I mean, you don't have the AV port, so you can't really use them. Now on the side, we have a Super NES controller port, a NES controller port, and a Genesis controller port. I think you can just you can use your classic controllers if you want to. The Retron 5 does come with a controller. It has a home button, it has shoulder buttons, it has D-pad, it has LED lights. I'm not sure what the LED lights are for, but it has macro buttons, and the macro buttons, I'm not really sure what those are for either. But it even has user interface. Now, if that's not revolutionary, then I don't know what is. It's bringing back the way you play retro games in terms of how many games you can play on one system. And it's kind of revolutionary. Definitely making an impact. I've been hearing about it everywhere. You probably won't see it on like Machinima or something like that. I don't know. Maybe they did do it. Maybe I wasn't subscribed when they did it, but whatever. And as you see, we have save states, such as an emulator. If you don't know what an emulator is, then if you search emulator, it's kind of like a computer program that you download, and then you download, let's say, these things called ISOs, and then you open up the emulator, and you go and you hit file and you hit open, and then you find the ISO, which is pretty much a gaming image, and it emulates it and lets you play. Some of them are poorly coded, but apparently what the Retron 5 is going to do is it's going to make Super NES and NES games and Mega Drive games like let's say 10 times more enjoyable than you would if you played Street Fighter on the Super NES. They've done some comparisons, like 300% zoom on the Retron 5 and 300% zoom on the Super NES. And as you can see, it's a big difference. The quality is there. The quality is different. You can see Ken. He looks a lot better on the Retron 5, 300% zoomed in than on the Super NES. But who doesn't love the original? I mean, you can't. It doesn't make me hate the original. It just means that I might want to get the Retron 5 in order to enjoy them in a better quality setting. It doesn't mean I'm gonna like throw my Super NES away, or I'm just gonna prefer the Retron over the Super NES. But I mean, I would want to see what the Retron 5 has to offer, in terms of gameplay, in terms of how well it works with trying to run nine different games or 9 different systems. The thing that really caught my eye is the button reassignment for their controller. I don't think you should use their controller. I think you should just plug in your own classic controllers and hit the synchronize button, and you should be good to go. And as for the Retron 5 release date, it's supposed to be 2014. I'm not really sure the exact date, but it's supposed to be releasing in 2014, possibly in January or something like that. And it's definitely a must-have system, so you don't have to carry all those other classic systems around, or you can just have it and you can just add it to your retro gaming system collection. It'll be kind of like a modern and retro gaming console. So the Retron 5 is really cool. If I can get my hands on one, then I definitely will do a review of it, because I think it's really cool. I think the design is really cool. I think all the systems that it plays on, it's very unique, and it's very it's definitely the first thing I have heard of. One system playing multiple games at once. I don't think I've ever seen a game console play more than 2 different game system games, such as the PS2. It can play PS2 games and PS1 games, but that's it. You know, can't play like any more after that. So this Retron 5 really catches my eye for its capabilities on what you can do with it, as far as playing up to 9 systems on one console. So with that being said, I'm gonna end the commentary here. Thank you guys for watching, and tune in to the next one. Peace.